Good afternoon, traders. Today is Monday at 5 p.m. I'm going to start this video off looking at the NASDAQ. We were trading in negative territory after all the big investors came back from lunch. Apple was taking it down, Google was taking it down, a few other big stocks. We came down to Friday's low here. When we came back down, tested it, and then couldn't push below this prior low, that's when we got long and then we wrote it up. If you guys been watching my videos, you know that this is a big strategy that I endorse. And if you are a new subscriber, basically what you want to see is us pierce the low through the previous day's low. Then you want to come back up, retest it, and if you would have retested it, pulled up to that line and then went back down, that's bearish. But the fact that we retested it and bounced off of it, got back above the prior low, that's a bullish signal. Again, that proved that the buyers are still in control of this market. We only finished down 40 cents on the day when we were down over 15 points at one time. Alright, so I have a lot to discuss today, so I'm going to try to make everything as quick as possible. Right here, looking at Apple. Apple cracked below the 346, went down to 345, which is the monthly inflection point, sold down. Now we're at 340. Now it gets interesting. If Apple goes to 336, I think that the NASDAQ is going to have another big down day tomorrow. So this is our level, guys. 340.47 mark it on your charts. If we hold that level, maybe we could push back up to this 343 to 345 level. Now we're looking at Google. Google went from a high today at 594.5 to a low at around 83. It's a big decline. If you are an options trader, because most people that trade the stock trade options, unless you're an institutional investor, not a lot of people can afford a $595 stock. So anyways, we sold down. We reached some support right at the 50 on the 1 hour chart, precisely moving up over 585 and 586. So our level tomorrow for Google is 586.67. Again, just like Apple, if Google gets below the 50 on the 1 hour chart and approaches that 578, the NASDAQ comp will come down. Okay, now looking at the E-minis. A lot of people thought we were going to break the 1325 level today. We didn't. We've been trading in a channel. Here's a lower uptrend, and then here's the upward trend. That runs precisely into 1340. Now, there wasn't enough evidence to let us get short once again, so the trend remains intact. It came down to 1325, bounced off it, moved above the 50, which is around 1326 on the 30-minute chart. Right now, this is bullish. If we get up tomorrow, look for a 1333.75 to be approached, and we're going to see how the market handles that level. If it gets over it, of course, 1340 is coming. The Wilshire 5000 index still holding above that high from the consolidation area before we broke down. Looking good here, guys. I think it could approach this 14,028. If that happens, I'm sure the other indexes will follow through. Alright, now we're looking at silver. Silver continues to push higher, breaking a new 52-week high at 38.62 today. This chart looks nothing short of magnificent. All the moving averages are in line. This is what you want to see. Bullish flag patterns every time we get to a hurdle. So we will be encountering resistance as soon as we get to the $40 level and up. Each way and hurdle higher will be encountered with more supply. I still think it's going to 50. There's just a lot of short interest in this, and with the Dodd-Frank bill, they are passing restrictions as that progresses against any single trader holding large amounts of a position in any commodity or stock. That being said, some of the silver stocks that I like, one would be Silver Wheaton. This one is viewed as a more secure silver play than a lot of the other ones. I like it, still looks good. If you believe in silver, you might want to position yourself in this stock. I'm not saying to buy it now, but definitely look for any kind of pullback to get long. Maybe look for the 100-day moving average at 37.41. Next is SSRI, another 52-week high, 33.13, before pulling back 1 point to 32.30. That's where we got the close. Then we have PAAS, Pan American Silver. Nice little channel going on here, and it's breaking past the high that we put in on the 24th of March at 38.49. We actually got a close over that at 38.64 today. I think you could use this 38.49 as a gauge to whether this thing's going to go long or short. So watch this stock for tomorrow. MFN, not a lot of people know about the stock, but it trades around 900,000 shares per day. It's a small cap, and analysts have a price target of $15 a share on it. You see, this is a bullish pattern right here taking place, so continue to keep this on your radar. And the last one is CDE. You see, back here in March of 1996, it was a $257 share. So we're above the 50-month moving average. I think that if silver prices continue to climb to 50, this thing could very well head up to the $45 to $50 range with it. You see this consolidation taking place. And if we could get up and move past this 36 level, you might see a greater move up to 40. Now I'm looking at Valley or Valet, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I took a long today. Here's the daily chart first. Tomorrow we need to get over the 100-day moving average, which is at 34, for this move to continue on to the 35.70 level. That's really what I'm anticipating. There's some news behind this regarding the CEO departure, and the stock's taking it pretty well. We're breaking out of this channel, and that's another thing that I like. Let's zoom out a little bit. See, I drew the channel dating back from the high and connected it through the lows, so that's a perfect channel. And then when we bounce off the 200, they bought it aggressively. I still like it on an intraday chart. Sorry about that. What I want to see is us get past 34.13. That will move us past the averages and then continue up to 34.83, and that's where my target's going to be. Where did I get short at 34.15, or excuse me, 33.15? We bounced off my level right here at 33.05, put in that higher low. That's where I was getting long. We got our buy signal and we got over the channel. So I like this position. Keep watching it. I'm up a nice amount in it right now, and I'm just going to continue holding it. Okay, so as you guys know, I love the agriculture stocks right now. I've liked them for a while, and after listening to Mosaic's conference call this morning, I was very impressed, reporting record numbers once again. Their phosphate industry is looking really well. Continue to see higher prices. They're in with a couple other segments. Also, I read Agrium's 10K. I'm not sure if I already said that. Agrium's very impressive business. They make a lot of money. They're dominating North America. So I personally believe within the next 6 months you could see Mosaic at $100 a share, maybe even 110. Okay, so here we have a 1 month chart of Mosaic, and take a look at this. This was the Japan crisis when the market pulled back. Then they try to bring it below this prior low. That did not happen, so this was a confirmed higher low. We moved up, another higher high, then a higher low, and we just continued this pattern all the way up. Right now we're looking to break over the prior high. If that happens, you're gonna see some buying come through Mosaic and break us out of this trend line from the high back here to get back up to 85.45, and that's where it gets interesting. Whether they take us up to the prior high at 89.24 or pull us back down to consolidate around the 50 a little bit, time will tell. But for right now, we are above the 50, right, flirting with the trend line. I like it. Here's the Agrium chart, and the all-time high was 113.88. So if you're looking at it and you think it's overvalued, partially I do agree with you. But on the other hand, doesn't matter. They generate a lot of capital, and if the other ags are moving up, so will this company. Price line continues to move up. Also, ctrip.com. I like this. It has a large market cap. They're consistently profitable, and they've been declining for a long time. You can look here and look at the trend line from this 53.16, and we finally bursted out of it, and then you saw some momentum buying come through. Now we're at the 200-day moving average. Are we going to hold over it, get going again, or are we going to pull back? This thing has relentlessly disappointed us over the past, but this could be a indicator that it wants to move higher. MasterCard hit a new 52-week high today, and that's weird because there's so many restrictions going on with them right now. Remember when the stock sold off, all of them did, Visa, MasterCard, American Express? Well, now they're all moving back up. MasterCard's actually outperforming the other ones, but this company's strong, so keep eye on this. Next, I'm going to put the 5 stocks that had the greatest option activity, because I got some good comments on that the last time I did it. Right now, DGW, which is a Chinese company, they came out and they said that there's something to do with fraud. We know that this happens all the time in China. So 25,000 puts versus 8,000 calls. Keep this on your radar. Remember, this was a $44 stock just back in December of 2010. Then we have VHC. I don't know a lot about this company, but it has 12,000 calls versus 3,000 puts. Right now, I would not get involved with this unless it was a day trade. This isn't an investment that I would like to take. This is just too far stretched. Look at this, guys. Alright, on March 21st, this was a $12 stock. It's had a double in less than a month, about 2 weeks. What I will do is I will keep an eye on this every single day, and then when it finally puts its top in, that's where I'll look to start getting short. ChineseSohu.com makes a new 52-week high, blasting through 90.48, which was the February high. Another all-time high for the stock, 17,000 calls, 3,000 puts. I love it. Also, Baidu. And I have to admit, guys, I have not participated in this entire rally ever since they gapped it up. Remember they did that stock split? Well, now this would be a $1,000 stock, $1,400. At some point, I'm going to have to get involved. It's just really hard to take along when something's ran up so much. 122 to 143, another one in less than 2 weeks, almost a double. 46,000 calls, 29,000 puts. And the last one is AKS. Again, I'm not sure if I said this earlier in the video, but I read the 10K. It was amazing. They profit off the automotive industry. 25,000 calls, 1,000 puts. Check it out. Front month contracts are very active. Looking at the 17s right here. So maybe they think there's going to be some buying come through. That's it, traders. Good luck trading. Let me know if you like that pre-market video. I'll start doing it more often, and have a good evening.